Good morning.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Well, first off, we have to talk about this selection of Rex Tillerson to be Secretary of State, or nominated to be Secretary of State. What do you think of that?
I think Rex Tillerson is a very bright man who was not only a leader of one of the large companies, but a company that does business all around the globe on behalf of Texas energy and energy really of nations around the world. He understands what drives markets. He understands what drives war. He understands conflict. I think Rex Tillerson is a beautiful match not only for the United States but also for Donald Trump to enunciate policy from a position of strength.
Okay, let's talk about former Governor Rick Perry, now nominated for Secretary of Energy. Again, was this a surprise to you, especially because Perry once said he wanted to eliminate the Energy Department?
Well, perhaps no better person who would come in and reevaluate. I would like for Rick to have said at the time, we need to evaluate the strength and the mission that the Energy Department has.
Okay, so you think that the fact that Rick Perry has been critical of the Department of Energy makes him perfect for the job of running it?
You know, what I think is that he understands the strength and power of the American energy yield, what we can produce, and that he will be able to streamline the department. You see, anytime you have a big government in Washington, it costs money. And people in Washington seem to take power away from people back home. Rick is a fierce leader of pushing freedom. So I think it's going to be a really good thing, and I look forward to hearing from him about how he can reduce the role of the Department of Energy and strengthen the role of the private sector.
The Affordable Care Act, another big topic. We know that the GOP wants to repeal it. The future president says he will. Will that happen actually on day one? And what are you proposing, or what do you think is going to happen once Donald Trump takes office?
Well, it's important to note that the president-elect is taking a view of these issues with more education rather than being out on the stump and giving answers to people. And now he has the hard job of looking at policy, how you make it work. As you know, I have proposed a bill that's called the World's Greatest Health Care Plan. And what this does is it amends the Affordable Care Act and uses the dollars that exist there today to make an immediate transition to allow every single American to have health care on a pre-tax basis. It will do several things. It will create a marketplace, but also make teams larger so that for purposes of insurance that people can get insurance that they can pay for. But what it does is it levels the playing field between discrimination against those that get tax advantage and those that don't. What is the proposal right now? Right now it is a different proposal that's being kicked around, and that is one that would take about 3 years to transition out, where Obamacare or Affordable Care Act would end, and then we would start a new health care plan. I hope that is not the direction we go. It puts a lot of people in jeopardy. More importantly, it instead of seizing the moment now, it waits for some period of time. Republicans have great ideas and the marketplace needs it, and so do people. I hope we'll look at the world's greatest health care plan, make the transition to give every single person a chance to have health care, but not to have the individual business mandates that are hurting business and individuals in the marketplace.
So, legislature.
Yeah.
What are you most looking forward to?
This is Abbott's, Patrick's, and Strauss's second session together. I'm looking at the interplay between those three.
All right, well, thanks for joining us today. Meet the Press is next.
And to see you Tuesday, right?
You too.